Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're taking a trip down memory lane with a device that, while not brand new, still holds a certain charm. The HTC One M8 for Windows. This phone represents a fascinating crossroads in mobile tech history, blending HTC's renowned hardware design with Microsoft's Windows Phone operating system. Our specific model is the gunmetal gray 32GB version for Verizon Wireless. Now, let's be upfront. This phone isn't going to compete with the latest flagships. It's a product of its time, released back when Windows Phone was still vying for a larger slice of the market. But that's part of what makes it interesting. For those who remember Windows Phone, or are curious about its unique approach to mobile, the HTC One M8 for Windows offers a tangible piece of tech history. The first thing that strikes you about this phone is its build quality. HTC really nailed the design with the One M8. The all-metal unibody construction feels incredibly solid and premium, even by today's standards. The gunmetal gray finish adds a touch of sophistication, and the curved back makes it comfortable to hold. This is a phone that feels substantial in your hand, a far cry from the plasticky devices that were common back then. That 5-inch display, while not boasting the sharpest resolution by modern standards, still holds up surprisingly well. Colors are vibrant, and the viewing angles are decent. It's certainly more than adequate for everyday tasks like browsing the web, checking emails, and watching videos. Under the hood, we have a 2.3 GHz processor, which was quite respectable for its time. Paired with Windows Phone 8.1, the operating system this device shipped with, performance was generally smooth and responsive. Of course, don't expect to run the latest demanding games or apps, but for basic tasks, it gets the job done. One of the standout features of the HTC One M8 was its duo camera setup. This dual camera system allowed for some interesting depth of field effects, letting you refocus images after they were taken. It was a novel concept back then, and while it might not be as sophisticated as the computational photography we see today, it's still a fun feature to play around with. The 32 gigabytes of internal storage might feel limiting by today's standards, especially if you're used to shooting lots of photos and videos. However, it's worth remembering that cloud storage was already becoming prevalent back then, so relying on services like OneDrive would have been a common practice. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room, Windows Phone. While it had its loyal fans, the operating system ultimately didn't gain the traction needed to compete with Android and iOS. This means that app support is a major consideration. Many popular apps that are taken for granted today might not be available or might be outdated on Windows Phone 8.1. This is something to keep in mind if you're considering using this phone as a daily driver in 2024. So, who is this phone for in 2024? It's certainly not for everyone. But if you're a tech enthusiast, a collector of vintage devices, or someone who simply appreciates a well-designed piece of hardware, the HTC One M8 for Windows might be worth checking out. It's a reminder of a different era in mobile technology, a time of experimentation and bold choices. And who knows, you might even find yourself charmed by the simplicity and fluidity of Windows Phone 8.1. Just be prepared for the limitations of an older operating system and the potential lack of app support.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.